Aloha, this is Sumi. Before we start today, I wanted to share with you guys this awesome, amazing view here. We're hanging at the beach on Kauai. Thought you guys might enjoy this beautiful view. So today I wanted to share with you guys about how to go on a low histamine diet. So maybe some of you already know that you have histamine intolerance. Maybe some of you are suspecting that you have histamine intolerance. Either way, the first thing you want to do is take high histamine foods out of your diet and go on a low histamine diet. So when you do this, a very important thing would be to keep a food journal. So there's some apps and all sorts of different fancy things online that you could download and use if you like. For me, I just use the calendar from a store. It's very simple and very easy. You could even just use a piece of paper to do this. So when you go on a low histamine diet, you want to make sure you take out all high histamine foods out of your diet all at once. You don't want to try one thing here and there, just take them all out all at once. And another thing to consider would be supplements and medication that you're taking. So please consult your doctor before you do any of this. But if you can stay off of your supplements and medication just for a few days when you start your low histamine diet, it might be a lot easier to tell what you're reacting to. For example, I was taking a supplement that was supposed to be really good for histamine intolerance, but I realized that I was having reactions to it. So one man's cure can actually be another man's poison. So it's a lot easier to figure out. If it's possible, try to keep the supplements and medications out of your diet just when you get started. So when you start your journal, what you want to do is you want to write down everything you eat and drink, when you eat it, and how much of it you have. So you're going to write these things down in your journal, and you're also going to write down what type of symptoms you're having, what the severity of your symptoms are, and when those symptoms are happening. So write all this down. Some other things you want to write down are exercise. If you go on a hike, or if you do yoga, or if you work out, just write down what type of exercise you did, because exercise is a form of stress and sometimes it can trigger histamine reactions. And something else to write down and consider is the amount of stress, emotional and mental stress that you're under. So write some of that down too. And the last thing to write down as well would be weather. Some people are triggered by weather and might have certain reactions, histamine reactions to it. So write those things down as well. And so when you do this, at the end of the week, take a look at your calendar and you are going to learn so much about yourself, so much about what foods your body loves and what foods they react to. And you're going to end up with a list of things that you can't eat and things that you can definitely eat, which are your safe list. And so for some people, you might have, a whole bunch of things that you can eat, and that's wonderful. And maybe for others, you might only have 3, 2, 3, 4, just a few things that you eat. And when this happens, it's really easy to get to get focused on, oh, well, I can't eat this and I can't eat that, and when I eat this, I have this kind of reaction and that kind of reaction, and to just really get in this mindset of lack. So we don't want to do that. That is not going to help your healing. What we want to do is to focus on what you can have. Maybe it's only going to be an apple and broccoli and rice. Maybe those are the only 3 things that you can eat, but be so grateful for it when you eat it. So let's say you pick up your apple to eat that day. Be so grateful and so happy that you're able to eat that apple and that apple is nourishing your body. So when you start doing this, when you start being more grateful and thankful for what you have in your life, naturally more of those things are going to start happening, and you will be surprised at how the things that you can eat start increasing. You'll have more and more foods that you can start eating because you're so grateful for what you can already eat. So try it out. I'd love to hear how it goes for you. Aloha!